कहते हैं कि बिजनेस सेटअप करने की कोई उम्र नहीं होती। जरूरत होती है तो सिर्फ एक विजन की एंड जज्बे की, यानी कि पैशन की। एंड टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक टू वन सच यंग एंड डायनामिक एंटरप्रेन्योर, मिस्टर यश जवेरी. He is a rising star in a world of entrepreneurship with a successful career in various fields. He is a founder of Medisoap Solution, जो बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग प्रोडक्ट लेकर आने वाला है, एंड इसके बारे में हम यश से डिटेल में जानेंगे. सो प्लीज कीप वॉचिंग. यश, at the outset, I would like to invite you on this channel and for the show.
So, yeah. Thank you so much, Hardik, for this profound platform and for having me to talk about my entrepreneurial journey. And it's a great job that what you're doing. Firstly, like doing a podcast as well as like having such beautiful and wonderful speakers on your podcast. So for like really grateful, thankful, and congratulations on doing such a wonderful job. And when you mentioned ki like age ke bare mein, so I just feel that age is just a number. At any
Right.
age, a person can do something big jab tak ki jazba nahi ho. Like you said ki jazba, passion nahi ho. Agar passion nahi ho to obviously things can't happen, but agar passion hai so I think you can even climb the world's highest mountain. So that
Absolutely.
is very rightly said by you. And I just feel that age is just a number. So whether you are
Right.
90 or whether you are like say just 20 or even for that matter just 18 or 19, it doesn't matter what number it is. If you have it in you, you will definitely go out there and do it. Just go there and do it.
Absolutely, yes. So, pleasure is all mine to have you on this show.
Thank you so much.
And as I mentioned, and you also mentioned that, if you have a jazba or a passion,
Right.
even if you are 18 or 19, you can do it. So, yes, you look so young and dynamic. So, please, आप अपनी जर्नी के बारे में थोड़ा बताइए.
Sure. So, firstly, thank you so much to call me young. I mean, it's like I take it as a compliment because obviously, there are people when they say that, Are, you look so old, you look so young, and also, that's when, I am like, age is just a number, man. Like, it doesn't really matter. But thank you
Right.
so much. And the pleasure is also mine to be on your platform. And dynamic, thank you so much. Well, I wouldn't call myself completely dynamic as of now because obviously there is more to achieve, there is more to come, and obviously I want to become that big where I make something out of myself and I make my parents proud. That's the time where I will feel dynamic, about myself. But having said that, my journey began basically. If I have to tell you that I have done my majors in marketing and entrepreneurship, I basically graduated from a college called ISME, which is Indian School of Management and Entrepreneurship. There I did BME, which is Bachelor's in Management and Entrepreneurship, with
Mhm.
which basically corresponding with BCom degree. So I
All right.
hold two degrees, and I graduated in the year 2020. Now, unfortunately, in 2020, you know what happened. Like the world knows what happened that we were hit by COVID-19 and the pandemic hit us, and the entire world went into lockdown. And India, for that matter, was very bad at that time. We were facing a very
Absolutely.
bad crisis and everything. So that's the time when my entire journey started because my father is into healthcare since past 40 years.
Okay.
He's done his um, job at Pfizer as a pharma scientist. Like he was a pharma scientist at Pfizer. So
Right.
basically, there he learned all the nuances of how does a pharmaceutical company work, what is healthcare, what is hygiene, and so on and so forth. And then
Right.
what he did was when he finished his graduation, when he finished his masters in pharma and healthcare, he came back to India, and he was the first one to bring in the concept of three-ply mask to India.
Wow.
So
Wow.
the three-ply mask that you would have seen people wear during the pandemic, it's actually brought by him from, there over here, basically. Like, he was the one to bring in the material to tell something, a concept like what is three ply and all.
Right.
So in 2020, when pandemic hit us, I wanted to obviously study further. I wanted to do my MBA, especially from India, because I love my country, obviously. And I'm a proud Mumbaiker. Like, I'm a complete hardcore Mumbaiker boy. So for
Right.
me, this city is anything other than, like the best, basically, I would say. Like, no city can be as good as Mumbai for me, at least. Like, I'm
Right.
just stating my opinion here. So I wanted to like study here only, like colleges like at NM or BITS Pilani, or like probably even IIM. Like, those are my aspirations. But everything was under lockdown, so I couldn't do much. So then, obviously, being in the healthcare and hygiene sector, I thought that why not help my dad and learn the nuances and the nitty-gritties of my own family business only, and then take
Right.
it forward. Let me see that how it turns out, how it unfolds, and then let's see if I will get into healthcare, or I'll be keen to take healthcare as my career, or if I want to get into this particular industry or not. So I started off as an intern. I told dad that, see, dad, even though I know I'm your son, and wherever your offices and factory is, I don't want to be treated like, यार, बॉस का सन है, तो इसके साथ मतलब कुछ करना नहीं है, मतलब एकदम respectfully, and कुछ वो नहीं,
No
not
nepotism.
exactly, not like no criticism, nothing like. I told dad that like people shouldn't see and all, because I didn't want that tag कि भाई बॉस का सन है, कुछ नहीं करने का इसके
Correct.
साथ, or whatever like that. So I started off as an intern. Then I started doing well and all that stuff. I then landed up getting a proper job in my own family business, and I was also on a good stipend. I started off like with say a good 15-20K salary. I started drawing from my own family business. So that was like a motivational factor for me, because obviously money talks. So
Correct.
for me, it was like, oh nice, I'm earning, I'm liking, and then जो आप earn करते हो and then what you spend, उसका मजा ही कुछ अलग है. So I
Right.
started earning from that time onwards only. I started helping dad. I got to know how to do sales. I got to know how to do CRM, customer relationship management. I got to know production. I got to know a lot about marketing, and obviously entrepreneurship. So these five pillars basically. And वैसे भी I have done my majors in marketing and entrepreneurship. So anyways, I knew how to do it, but I got a better
Real
platform,
life
I would say,
experience.
to execute these things. So
Right.
I started off with as a marketing intern. Then I went on to become the marketing, say, director. And then in the end, I went up to become the marketing executive and the business development head in my own family business.
Wow.
So basically, when it comes to say business development, I used to like give ideas to my dad as to how we can innovate in these particular products or something, and then I started putting up our products into onto IndiaMart, Meesho.com, then Flipkart, Amazon, so on and so forth. So let me tell you a little about my own family business now. Our family business is called We Care Meditex Private Limited, which is basically into supplying and manufacturing, mostly manufacturing into surgical and non-woven products like PPE kits, three-ply masks, surgical gowns, Buffon caps, lab coats, etc. So on and so forth. Whatever is to got to do with healthcare products, such as your surgical products and non-woven products. So in sales, what I started to do is that I started making cold calls. I started receiving calls. So this is how I started building a good clientele under me as well, like how my dad had. I also today would say that I have around 250 to 300 people under me as my clients. So, how my dad would speak to people, I observed that. Then I started knowing that, how do you pitch about a particular product? How do you pitch about this product? I started asking him, ki, bhai, ये प्रोडक्ट है तो इसके स्पेसिफिकेशंस क्या है, इसकी प्राइस क्या है, एंड ये कैसे, मतलब हाउ विल आई पिच कि क्लाइंट कन्विंस होगा एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ. सो आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग दैट, एंड ये करते करते आई progressed. I started climbing up the ladder, once like baby steps, one step at a time and all, and it went on like general. And today, as we speak, it's been almost 3.5 years. And today, like say last year 2022 in July, I told dad, I've been working with you now, and I have been doing really well. So I want to do something of my own, like either a startup or a company or whatever, but something of my own. So he's like, go ahead, because he knew that I have the capability and I know now how to go ahead. So he asked me that, what do you want to do and what do you want to go ahead in? So I'm like, it's been already 3 years, 3.5 years since I'm doing in healthcare. No point changing the field at this age or at this level. So let me not do that, and might as well get into healthcare and hygiene only. And you be my mentor, and help me how to go about it. So this is
Right.
how I started Medis of Solutions. I came up with everything, and as we speak today, now this is what my startup is there. Like it's been almost 11 months. I'll be finishing 12 months in March now with my startup.
Great. So I think your dad played a major role in shaping your career and giving you a lot of, the platform as well as the mentorship for now to start with a Medizob. So, Yash, I have heard that there is some product which you are going to come up with,
Yeah,
which is called as Hyzob. So, can you please give us the brief about how does it work and what is it?
sure. So basically, firstly, Hardik, Medizob itself is a startup that I created for many reasons. Firstly, because I like healthcare as a sector now. Secondly, healthcare in India is booming, and I know that in the near future, whether it is AI, AR, whatever, this is going to remain. Like AI and all is going to be there, but AI and all also will advance with medical fields when it comes to pharmaceuticals and healthcare and hygiene. So this is the best time to hit the market and come up with something into the healthcare industry only. So that is how
Absolutely.
firstly I came up with Medizob Solutions. The name suggests Medizob Solutions is because Medi means medical and Zorb is from absorb,
Yeah.
which I will be coming to next for my product basically. And solutions is like a normal, like solving a problem, because being a founder, being an entrepreneur is basically who looks at a problem and takes out a solution, right?
Right.
So that is how Medisoft Solutions came into existence. Now, when I speak about Hyzob, now Hyzob is basically a powder, basically a powder which is a multi-liquid, multi-purpose liquid solidifier. So what it does is that you basically, if there is any kind of liquid which is fallen down on any surface, for instance, you are having water, you are having tea, you are having coffee, Pepsi, Coke, whiskey as alcohol, also whatever, it's fallen on ground, for instance, or it happens to fall by mistake, while you are drinking tea, it's kept on the table, and you don't see it and it falls on the ground. You are like, oh shit, now what do I do, right? Like अब क्या करे, अब तो मतलब you know फिनाइल विनाइल लेके आना पड़ेगा. You'll have to bring a mop, you'll have to bring a fatta and everything. So this is the time when I realized ki let me create something which will make it very easy for we people in India to control spillage, basically to make the people's lives easier when it comes to cleaning and hygiene. So that's the time when Hyzob as a concept was born. So Hyzob meaning high, meaning the the HY means high. So like the high potency, and Zorb again means absorb ka zorb. So that's how Hyzob came into existence. So now in Hyzob, as I told you that it is a multi-purpose liquid solidifier, and when you sprinkle the powder on top of that particular liquid, it
Liquid.
completely solidifies. It
Wow.
absorbs the liquid
Water. Liquid.
and completely solidifies it and makes it into a slush jelly kind of structure, which you
Oh,
can easily pick it up or either scrape it off and throw it in your normal garbage.
okay.
So, you know,
Wow.
that is when uh, the entire Eureka moment happened for me, because I have tried this product on all to 7 to 10 different liquids, like our primary liquids: tea, coffee, Pepsi, Coke, water, oil, milk, buttermilk,
Even oil.
this
Wow.
alcohol, all. You know, I've tried
Right.
it on all and it's working wonders and it's like working very well. Then I also tried this on different surfaces. Like you have wooden flooring, you have granite, you have marble, you have uh, graphite, you have, you know, all sorts of glass, you have leather. So I've tried this product even on that. If a particular liquid is fallen on any of these surface, even on that, the liquid is drying up and is getting
Wow.
completely solidifying. So
Right.
this is the time when I was like, you know, oh my god, this is amazing. And this is like cutting down on just sprinkle the powder and within 2 minutes you are done. It's like sprinkle the powder, wait for a couple of seconds to a minute, let it solidify. You can either pick it up with your hands or sweep it with your jharu or whatever, or just like, you know, scrape it off and you are done. You can dispose it off with your normal garbage also. Now,
Right.
if someone asks that how can you dispose this off with your normal garbage, what if it is infectious or what if it is this or that? Now, let me tell you the USP of this product is that we have added 1% chlorine to it. So, what chlorine does is that it acts like a disinfectant, because you know that chlorine is in the swimming pools also. It's put in the swimming pools in order to clean the swimming pool, right?
Right.
So when you're swimming or whatever, that's the time when you're also at times you tend to drink the water goes in your eyes, ears and all, but nothing really happens to you, right? You don't get sick or anything. So it acts like a cleaning agent. So what I did was I have put 1% chlorine into this powder to make it basically odorless, and basically when there is any kind of stain on the floor, it will even remove that. So the best part, the USP of this product is the chlorine. So what chlorine
Right.
does is it deodorizes the odor. Like say for instance, you have some liquids which have got a very pungent smell, like a बहुत गंदी बदबू सी आती है, जैसे buttermilk हो गया, या curds हो गए, या आपका vinegar हो गया, you know, या
Yeah.
alcohol has got a very strong pungent smell. So it
Right.
will deodorize it completely, like almost 90% it will deodorize it. And
Okay.
secondly, if there is any kind of liquid which happens to say leave any kind of stain or दाग on the floor, वो भी नहीं रहेगा, almost चले
Super.
जाएगा.
Right. Right.
So this is what the entire product is all about.
So,
And my vision from this product and the startup is that only, that I'm able to make people's lives easier when it comes to cleaning process, from the hygienic perspective, and also when it comes to messiness, because I know that we Indians are slightly clumsy. I'm not generalizing here. Obviously, people are very organized and people are very, uh, etiquetely, immaculatedly, you know, well kept and everything. But at
absolutely.
times, you know, you never know कि कभी कुछ गिर जाए, and आपका घर एक तो इतना अच्छा है, beautiful है, flooring इतनी अच्छी है, when you have spent so much on your flooring and all that, why to dirty it? मतलब, you know,
Right.
getting that mop, getting that phenyl, पोछा and all that लगाने से, this product is there, भाई use करो, पाउडर डाल के बस 2 मिनट रुको, हो जाएगा काम आपका, यू नो, लाइक इट्स लाइक टू
Right.
मिनट जैसे आप बोलते हो ना, मैगी कहीं पे भी जाओ,
Instant bag.
दो
I was
मिनट
just about to
मैगी
come.
बना के
Yeah.
खा लो. सेम वे दिस प्रोडक्ट इज बेसिकली.
Right. So yes, absolutely amazing product, and I first of all congratulate you for this kind of an invention, I would say.
Thank you so much.
And amazing product. It's just like I was about to say, it's like a Maggie, like how if you are hungry and you want to eat
Right,
something.
right,
So
right.
similarly, as you correctly pointed out, the problem is that yes, if anybody drops a liquid or anything, it's a
Exactly.
little clumsy process to clean it. And if we get such amazing product which can easily clean, it will be really helpful. And we are
That's all.
looking forward to such product, and I'm sure even our audience would be
Yes.
really interested in such products.
Thank you so
So right, so यश ये प्रोडक्ट कौन कौन यूज कर सकता है? So I'm sure every household, but apart from that, anything else?
Yeah, yeah. So, in fact, this product, I was coming to this only that ये जो product है, I'm definitely planning to make it an FMCG product, like
Okay.
D2C and B2B as well. So household तो हो ही गया, like how you have mothers, you have homemakers, you have mothers who have got babies. But imagine
Yeah.
this can also be such a big disruption in the pet industry. Today
Right.
I have a pet at home, एंड मैं आपको एक छोटी सी स्टोरी बोलता हूँ यहाँ पे कि अभी सम टाइम बैक ओनली व्हेन दिस आइडिया डिडंट स्ट्राइक मी दैट टाइम व्हाट हैपेंड वाज दैट माय हेल्पर माय नीड my I have a pet at home and he's got these corners and territories where he loves to pee. So क्या होता है कि आई हैव टू टेल हर दैट यू नो अरे इधर आप डेटॉल डाल दो मॉप कर देना थोड़ा एयर फ्रेशनर डाल देना एंड ऑल दैट वन डे शी लिटरली कम्स अप टू मी एंड शी लाइक यार भैया बहुत प्रॉब्लम है एंड समटाइम्स आई ऑल्सो फील फॉर देम इट इज नॉट देयर ड्यूटी और देयर
Correct.
रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू यू नो clean anyone's pee and all. Like I don't want to devalue anyone's service or anyone's work or you should be cleaning. So then
Right.
that is the time it actually struck me कि अरे why should I not look at something which will make it so easy for someone to clean anything, whether it
Right.
is your pet's urine, whether it is blood, or whether it is any kind of other liquid. So this is how like the entire concept came to my mind, and this is how the entire product was built. There was R&D done in it on it and everything. So when you say that apart from household where all this can be used in hotels, this can be used in cars, this can be used in restaurants, cafes, this can be used at pet stores. The people who have got pets at home,
Second, yeah.
homemakers, then mothers who have given birth to their babies or something. Because again, even with babies, it's a task. Like babies are
Right.
crawling, देन खाने के लिए इतना प्रॉब्लम होता है खाना गिरा देते हैं वो लोग कुछ भी या दे ऑल्सो कीप ऑन पीइंग हियर एंड देयर एंड ऑल बिकॉज whether it is a small dog or it is a baby, both are the same only, and it is your responsibility to look after them.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
So this is how like I'm trying to target the audience now.
Right. So I think it has a wide scope, and
Yes.
it can be used to many. So Yash, so we when you were talking about startup, so what are the important steps to start this startup?
So see, when I mean, for me, like obviously there are like say I believe in almost 4 5 mantras, which any I think founder or entrepreneur should definitely stick to those principles and mantras. One is networking is the key to success because the more good connections and networks you have, the more benefit you will be able to. Because today, if you are there in my network and if you are able to add some value to me and I'm able to add some value to your like your business or whatever, it will
Right.
obviously be a good long time connection. So networking
Absolutely.
is one. Then secondly, I believe in this thing called thrive plus strive is equal to survive. So
Wow.
it's like if you are able to like say strive, like if you are able to go long, if you are able to take a long plunge, and if you are able to thrive, meaning if you are able to stay in that competition or like stay in that market or that industry, then you'll be able to survive because the
Right.
competition in any industry right
Intense.
now is growing. and is very very big. Like everyone here is here to cut you and to put you down and to completely suppress you. So
Right.
jab tak ki you are not hungry to do something big and you have that will to do, tab tak it will not happen. So
Absolutely.
that is my second thing. Then third, it's very important to communicate and work in a very good work environment where you are at par with the people that you want to work with. Like with me right now, I'm completely working by myself. There is no one. I don't have any team. There is no VC. There is no angel investor. There is no investor. Right from cold emailing to cold calling to marketing to production to packaging and end product, everything I am only looking. Only when
Right.
it comes to a little bit of financing and costing, my dad is my mentor over here. He's been helping me. So,
Right.
it is very important to recruit, select people who are dynamic and who are at the same level as yours, who are able to understand your psyche and are able to, merge with you in a manner where they understand कि भाई आपको जो करना है वही वो लोग भी करके देंगे आपके लिए.
Right.
So it is very important in that way. And of
Right.
course, like as a startup, what you need is definitely scalability and profitability. So
Right.
वो भी देखना बहुत important है. Like आजकल I'm seeing कि people are just saying कि भाई startup करते ये बना लेंगे वो बना लेंगे and all. लेकिन ठीक है, I understand you have a good vision and everything, लेकिन आप ये तो देखो कि इज देयर अ प्रॉब्लम फॉर इट एंड इज देयर अ सोल्यूशन. प्रॉब्लम होगा, सोल्यूशन नहीं है, इट विल नॉट वर्क. सोल्यूशन है तो प्रॉब्लम कैसे ही होगा, so
Right.
that is also very important to see over here for a founder and entrepreneur, and pick up a pain point of a customer or a
Absolutely.
client, you know and then only get into that particular uh, industry or
French.
something, or like a thing to start with. So
Correct.
this is how I feel that a founder or an entrepreneur should look at when they want to begin something. But
Right.
definitely you should have some skills, and obviously even in my case, as I am growing now, as I am doing stuff in my own startup and all, it's very necessary to move with the trends.
Right.
Like you have digital marketing now, you have say performance marketing, you have got creating ads, you have AI, you have AR and all. So as a founder and an entrepreneur, I just want to say that to the audience that it's better that you do courses on this, or you do some kind of upskilling in this, because this is the future now. So
Right.
definitely this will help you to get a good job, or it will help you to like start something new for yourself, and you
Correct.
yourself will be able to do something really well.
Right.
And very to be very frank and to be honest here, even I have not done digital marketing, or I have not done like say machine learning or AI or something, but I want to do, so that in order to make my own startup grow. Because क्या होता है कि if you don't know these skills, you anyways have to hire other people to do these skills. Now
Correct.
obviously the more the startup grows, of course uh, the recruitment also will be that big. But if you yourself as a founder and entrepreneur know couple of skills and all that, you only can do it and make it big. And you can have like a small team which is dynamic in nature and can produce something very big.
Right. Right.
So
So yes, very important, Yash. And one of the very good mantra that I took from you is thrive plus strive is equal to survive. I think this
yes,
equation speaks a lot. And I would say thank you for giving this equation to our viewers. So you have also mentioned the basic qualities. So rather than going to the basic qualities, I would say, Yash, you have already received recognition from Mint under 30 and also been awarded by Young Entrepreneur of the Year by Global Business and Entrepreneur. So what's the future? Because you so young right now. So you are already, there are some accolades and achievements. So what's the future now?
So well, for me, future is right definitely, because what I'm seeing is that like whatever I have done in my past, I have gained confidence over here. So of course, like it is very important, and recently I have started to believe in a lot of manifestation. So the more you manifest, I think the more you put it in universe, and the more you say that it will happen, you are positive, I think things will happen. So for me, my future, basically, I since I got into 30 under 30 um, nationwide awards feature, now obviously as a startup, as a founder, entrepreneur, my next goal would be to obviously get into Forbes 30 under 30, or at least Forbes 30 under 30 40 India, if not Asia. So I'm looking at that. Then secondly, I'm also looking at, like, say, applying for Shark Tank next year, because
Wow.
one of my post which I posted on LinkedIn, if you go on my profile, Yash Jhaveri, I happened to coincidentally meet Anupam Mittal sir. And
Wow.
that day was like a eureka moment for me, because Anupam Mittal sir is our one of our most amazing
Respect.
sharks out of so many
Yeah.
sharks. And he is, for me, he is the most humblest, wisest, and sharpest shark out of all of them. And I
Correct.
got like a minute to speak with him, and he just told me all the best for my startup and all that. And the next day I posted that post with him, like basically a picture with him and a caption, and that entire LinkedIn post blew up. It went so viral that I landed up getting almost 25 to 30,000 impressions, around around 500 plus reactions, and around, say, some 60 to 70 comments on that post. And I remember uske previous day, I was like on a 2000 to 2100 followers on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Next day when I checked, I got up to almost 3100 followers.
Wow.
So, a small impact like this, a coincidental impact, and unexpected thing can create such a big impact. So, one
Right.
of my other learning is also that, or mantra is that, he always expect the unexpected. Like for
Right.
me, I would say I was at the right time at the right place, basically.
Correct. Correct.
तो
Correct.
मेरे साथ वही हुआ. एंड एक और चीज अभी 2-3 दिन पहले ही हुई. And I just went mad because of that, and I was on seventh heaven, on cloud nine, because I woke up and I was just browsing through my LinkedIn, and I went on my that post that I posted. So I anyways had crossed around 500 reactions and around 27-28,000 impressions and all. बट साक्षात खुद अनुपम मित्तल जी ने मेरे पोस्ट पे कमेंट किया था,
Wow.
saying he had tagged Shark Tank India, and he had written इंतजार रहेगा आपका
Wow.
Shark Tank में.
Superb. So
So
I'm
that just
sure,
made
yes, we
my
will see
day
you.
so much. Like he said, and actually this happened. Like I didn't know. I first I pinched myself to know that is this a dream or what. Then I
Right.
went on his page to see ki whether it is even proper or not and all. Then I actually came to know कि नहीं भाई ये proper है. Like it is
Correct. Correct.
verified, and he had got the LinkedIn verification logo also besides it. So I was
Right.
like, oh my god, I called up my friends, I called up everyone, I told my family and all. And on that particular comment, there are 20-25 likes. Imagine. And imagine
Superb.
Anupam sir himself saying, tagging
Correct.
Shark Tank India and saying ki intezar rahega aapka with an emoji wink. So
Wow.
that just made my
Day.
day even more special.
Correct. So we wish you all the best for the same, Yash, and we would like to see you soon in the Shark Tank next season.
Thank you so
Uh,
much.
yeah. So, Yash, what is your last message to the youth of India?
Um, I think the only message that I would give, I think everything is out there only. Most of my messages, mantras, and all everything I've given. But the lastly, what I would just say is that, never look back. Firstly, never give up. Then, start believing in manifestation, and probably believe in manifesting, because I feel that the more you
Manifest
manifest,
and
it
put
will
positivity
happen.
on
Like the more you put positivity in future, sorry, in positivity in universe. And of course, like, if you are positive enough and you spread positive vibes, then something will definitely happen good for you. It's like more you give, double the you will get.
it.
And
Right,
also, like, I believe a lot in vibes. So surround yourself with people who give out good vibes, who encourage you to do better things, and who encourage you, push you towards your potential, or more than your potential.
correct.
And also, I want to tell the youth this only, that if you have a family business in today's time, please do not neglect it. Because
Right,
स्टार्टअप ठीक है, आई नो कि सबको आज स्टार्टअप करना है, खुद के लिए कुछ करना है, नाम कमाना है, बहुत कुछ कमाना है, दौलत कमानी है, एवरीथिंग. But definitely, if you have a good flourishing or a thriving family business, do not neglect it. Learn the nuances of it, learn the nitty gritties of it, and then see if you are liking that particular path or your family business or not, and then take the decision.
correct.
Because many a times, some startups or many startups do not do big in the market. They
Right,
completely fail, and then you come to a point where you are like, oh shit, now what do I do? Like, there is nothing to do. And what is the plan B now? So always
right,
have plan A and plan B. Plan A should be your basically startup, definitely, like what you're looking at, matlab if you are an entrepreneur and a founder, whatever. And plan B should be your family business. Like taki jab when you fall down, you at least have your family business to look to fall back to. And
right.
obviously, at a certain age, you cannot go up to your father and be like कि अब मुझे सब कुछ आप scratch से बताइए.
Correct.
Like you said ki, like I said, that age is just a number, but that is like for knowledge, learning, and gaining insights and all.
Right.
But like obviously, like if I had to come up to my dad at the age of 30, 31, or in my late 30s, and would be like, यार dad अब मुझे ये बताओ, थोड़ी ना मतलब it's that easy कि सब कुछ अभी हो जाएगा. तो आप
Absolutely
जैसे
right. Yeah.
ही लाइक अपना आपका स्कूलिंग खत्म करते हो या अंडरग्रेड खत्म करते हो, तो start getting involved in your family business, or whatever business you have. Start reading some good business books, start reading some good self-help books, and start watching Shark Tank and businessy stuff, which will hone your skills, which will hone your knowledge about things. Start reading a lot of current affairs. If you go on my if you go on my Instagram, Yash J, I also put up a lot of stories on my
Okay.
Instagram. In fact, my friends call me news person only. In fact, my
Okay.
friends to call me a newspaper. They are like, सुबह में उठ के न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर तेरी स्टोरीज ही देख ली तो खत्म पूरा, क्योंकि न्यूज़ पूरा उधर ही हो जाता है. बिकॉज आई लव करंट अफेयर्स. So if you
Right.
go on my Instagram, you will get to see crisp news. You will get to see a lot of motivational quotes. You will get to see a lot of manifestation stuff and all that. You will get to see a lot of, like, say, repost of other things and all that. You'll get to see a lot of reels which are got motivational speakers and all. So yeah. And lastly, also I would like to tell the youth that do a side hustle for quick income.
Correct.
Always have a side hustle. Like for me, I followed my passion of photography. So last year, I finished my photography course, which was for almost 3.5 months. And now today, I am a certified freelance photographer as well
Wow.
from ISO. And I also write content on LinkedIn. I'm a certified
Super.
LinkedIn content writer as well. So I've
Super.
got some great, content LinkedIn creator connections and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think that's about it. So this has been like my journey, and I'm really looking forward for Hyzop to come out and disrupt the entire market and also like do well in the market. And obviously feedback will be something which will help me a lot, whether it is positive or negative. Feedback will always help me a lot, because obviously the more feedback you get, the better you will be able to give it to your customers, because in the end the consumer or the customer is only the king, not you.
Right, right. So,
So
Yash, thank you for that beautiful piece of advice. And yes, I also believe in a lot of manifestation and the positivity. The more you manifest, and the universe will definitely
right,
try to give that to you. Uh, Thank you so much. And th
thank you so
we,
much.
on the behalf of the channel, we would like to thank you for your valuable time and wonderful insights. Thank you once
Thank you
again.
so much. Thank you so much. It was great coming to your platform, and I'm really hoping, Hardik, that I'm able to inspire people through my entrepreneurial journey and through what I'm doing. And even if, like, say, two to three people, even one person who gets inspired by me and comes up to me and tells me that they got inspired, it will be a big thing for me.
I am sure there will be many who will get inspired by this interview. Thank you so much,
Thank
Yash.
you. And one more thing, lastly, a very important thing I forgot to say. If anyone from the audience, whoever is listening to me, if you are in Noida, please do come down to the World Startup Convention, because my startup, Medis of Solutions, has been selected and validated for the World Startup Convention, which is happening
Superb.
from 24th to the 26th of March.
Okay.
So there are almost around approximately 10 lakh startups that have been selected, and I am amongst those which will be representing India at such a profound
Wow.
platform. So
Superb.
whoever in the audience is looking or listening to us right now, and if they happen to be in Noida, this is happening at the Expo Exhibition Center in Noida. So please
Okay.
come through and meet me over there. I'll be there. Yash Jhaveri, Medis of Solutions, founder of Medis of Solutions.
Super,
This
Yash.
is what it is.
So, yeah, audience, please do not forget he'll be there at Noida in the month of March, that is
Yes.
23rd onwards. So uh, you can find him via Medizob Solution, or maybe you can shout out saying Yash Jhaveri.
Yes.
So
Or you can even follow me on, LinkedIn.
Instagram
Just
or
type my
LinkedIn,
name,
yes.
follow me there. Follow me on my Instagram, Yash J. And also they can follow my photography page, which is called YJ Clicks.
Okay,
I've got almost 13,000 followers on Instagram on
super.
my YJ Clicks and photography. So
Right.
I'm a freelance photographer. So if any clients are looking for photography, I can even do that. An open thing. So
Superb, superb, Yash. Sure.
right.
Yeah. So thank you once again, Yash, and it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so
Same
much.
here. Thank you so much,
Thank
Hardik.
you.
Thank you so
Thank
much. Have a
you.
great day.
Bye. You
Bye bye.
too. Bye.
Bye bye.